Hey everybody, BigBlackHatMan here, and today...
Oh, BigBlackHatMan. Has the mail come yet? I'm expecting a very important letter.
Yeah, a letter came for you. It's sitting right over there.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I can finally put this nightmare behind me. You would not believe the week I've had. Well, here's the letter. Why is it open? Where's the audio recording that was supposed to come with the letter?
So there's supposed to be an audio recording with it? Huh. Like on a disc? Well, huh. I wonder what could have happened to that audio recording that you're missing.
Oh, you haven't listened to that, particular audio, have you?
Yeah. Actually, I have listened to it.
Oh, cheese crackers!
You know, Wallace, I never pegged you as the kind of man who'd read such crap for money.
Well, it was a moment of weakness. They complimented me, said I had an angelic voice. Sometimes I'm easily swayed by flattery. On occasion. Please, though, BigBlackHatMan, do not let my weakness destroy me. Do not share that audio with anyone.
No. This is the kind of thing that needs to be shared.
Oh, what have you done? You have not put it out there, have you?
Oh, Wallace, the deed's done. It's far too late for begging.
My life is over.
Sit back, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be fun. Alright, everybody, quiet on the set. Mr. Wallace A. Biff Von Huffle has arrived to do the reading of the book. Thank you, Mr. Biff Von Huffle, for coming.
Well, yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. What book shall I be reading? My agent was not clear.
Oh, I see. The Valley of the Wild Horses by Zane Grey.
Valley of the Wild Horses by Zane Grey. I didn't believe I'm familiar with that particular work.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Biff Van Huffle. It's a very simple read.
Just to make it clear, my name is Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth. You must include the fourth.
Oh, my apologies, sir. At any rate, here's the text.
Thank you very much. It's rather thin book.
Well, yes, Mr. Biff Van Huffle. It's not a terribly long book, but trust me, it's a very interesting read.
Very well, then. Shall we get started, then?
Yes, please, Mr. Biff Van Huffle. Any time you're ready.
All right, well, let's get started, then. Valley of Wild Horses by Zane Grey. Chapter 1. The Panhandle was a lonely, purple rangeland, unfenced and windswept. Bill Smith, the main character's name is Bill Smith. A little simplistic, don't you think? It doesn't really matter. Bill Smith, cattleman, threw up a cabin and looked out the future with hopeful eyes. One day, while plowing almost out of sight of his little home, which that morning he had left apprehensively owing to an impending event, he espied his wife Margaret coming along the edge of the plowed field. Extremely advanced English being used here, just saying. Don't worry, I'll keep going. She had brought his lunch this day, despite his order to the contrary. Bill dropped the loop of his driving reins over the plow handle and strode toward her. He strode. Walk, he didn't march, he strode. Very well. Presently she halted wearily and sat down where the dark, rich, overturned earth met the line of bleached grass. Bill meant to scold Margaret for bringing his lunch, but it developed she had brought him something more, a son. So wait, this woman popped out a child, and then walked out to the field to hand her husband his lunch. Is she extremely strong or extremely stupid?
Oh, Mr. Biff Van Huffle, sir, could you please leave your comment prepare to yourself and just read the book, please, sir.
Very well, I'll try. It seems a bit odd, but all right.
This boy was born on the fragrant, fresh soil out on the open prairie, under the steely sun and the cool wind from the Yanyo. How do you pronounce this?
Llano Estacado.
Llano Estacado. Very well. He came into the world protesting against his primitive manner of his birth. Don't all children do that? I've never heard of a child being born and not really hollering about it. It's sort of the shock of being born. It's not necessarily because it's primitive. It's primitive. It's the only thing. Never mind. Bill often related that the youngster arrived squalling and showed that his lung capacity fit his unusual size. He's a large child. Well, it'd be nice if we established that before this moment. And I assume he's large. I mean, to say unusual size, I guess he can be extremely small, but he's got a lung capacity, so I assume he's big. At any rate, despite the mother's protestations, Bill insisted on calling the lad Panhandle. Panhandle? His name is Panhandle. Are you kidding? Is this the main character of the book?
Yes, sir, yes, this is the main character of the book, Mr. Panhandle Smith.
The main character of this book is named Panhandle Smith. I'm going to say Panhandle over and over and over again.
Well, in fairness, sir, for most of the book, they're going to call him Pan.
Pan. The main character of the book's name is Pan. Well, oh good lord. This is probably not the most advanced thing I think I've ever read. At any rate, Panhandle's first memory was of climbing into the big cupboard in the cabin, falling out upon his head and getting blood all over his white dress. So he's a stupid child. It's just he's a large child, big voice, and he's stupid. Not much of a main character, but whatever, I guess. His next adventurous experience was that of chewing tobacco he found in his father's coat. This made him very sick. So he jumps upon a cabin, falls down, and cracks open his head. Then he gets some chewing tobacco and makes himself sick. And this is the main character of the book.
Yes, sir, it's the main character of the book. Panhandle Smith, who is adventurous.
You mean stupid. It appears as if he's a stupid child, with a big voice and an unusual size. My goodness, how ridiculous can this get? His mother thought he was poisoned, and as Bill was away, she ran to the nearest neighbors for help. What? It's a small child. Why wouldn't she take the child with her? She can literally carry the child to the neighbor. Why is she leaving the small child there by himself? That doesn't make any sense. In fact, let me make a little commentary upon this English being used here. It's the most simplistic, overwrought description I've ever read. Did you not see this? Do you not see the troubles with this authorship? The problems with this writing? It's very, very simplistic. It's not even really good English at times. It's just pretty average.
Mr. Biff Van Huffle, I appreciate that this may be not the best written work, but it's the work we would like you to read. Would you mind moving along?
Actually, yes, I would. It's rather terrible, but very well. I'm being paid. His mother thought he. Oh, I read that part. Sorry. By the time she returned with the experienced neighbor woman, Panhandle had gotten rid of the tobacco and was bent upon further conquest. So not only is he a stupid child, he's a continuously stupid child, as he not only does dumb things, but he just keeps doing them. Well, 3 paragraphs into this work, and I'm already disgusted. All right. Another day, Panhandle manifested a growing tendency towards self-assertion. He ran away from home. Oh, my goodness. Are you sure? Are you sure this is the main character of the book? His name is Panhandle. He's stupid, large, and with big lungs. That's the only character traits he has to this point, and we're nearly 4 paragraphs in, and this is all we know about him.
Well, Mr. Biff Van Huffle, sir, this is just the youth of the character. The book picks up as he grows up.
You mean this character survives to adulthood? That's very hard to believe. Given how stupid he appears to be, I would think something would have killed him long before this time. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I can do this. We only have almost the entire book to go. All right.
Okay, people, I know it's been an arduous day, but we're starting chapter 8 now. Now, Mr. Biff Von Huffle,
Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth, you've been forgetting it all day. Please. The fourth is an important part of my name.
I apologize again, Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth. All right. Please, Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth, could you please read chapter 8 and just read the chapter? I appreciate your running commentary on Mr. Gray's work, but it's not necessary. Could you please just read it?
Very well, I will attempt to simply read Mr. Gray's work. All right. Chapter... all right, let me get in here. Chapter 8. Pan and Lucy did not realize the passing of time until they were called to dinner. As they stepped upon the little porch, Lucy tried to withdraw her hand from Pan's, but did not succeed. Oh, so now he's harassing a woman. Good Lord. Do you not see the problems with this book? You know, in the previous chapters we have Lucy and Pan. They meet as children, and then they decide they're in love. They do not see each other for years. And now they meet back up, and they're instantly in love again. And Lucy seems to have absolutely no character traits other than being in love with Pan. And Pan is a Mary Sue. Do you know what a Mary Sue is? That is a character who can do nothing wrong ever. And this idiotic child who survived his youth only by the slimmest of margins and greatest of luck is now the greatest cowboy in the entire world. How is this possible? It's just stupid. It's just stupid work.
Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth, I've told you time and again to just read the book as is. I see that you have issues with the writing, but, sir, quite frankly, you're being more difficult than necessary.
You know what? I've worked with difficulty out there. I'm an interviewer. You may not know this. I'm an interviewer, and I've worked with difficulty. I know how it's done. And you are not doing it properly, sir!
Mr. Biff Von Huffle the Fourth, what would it take to placate you? What can I do to get you to just read the book?
You could get me a better book, perhaps. Zane Grey is a hack! A hack!
He is one of the most celebrated writers in all of the Western genre.
Well, then perhaps they should uncelebrate him. Barbarous fool, just stuttering about with these flat characters and this uninteresting story doing the most mundane of things. All the while they should all be killed for their own stupidity. My goodness.
Oh. All right, let's take lunch, ladies and gentlemen. I think we may have to discuss some things for a bit.
You're right. We do need to discuss some things, like a pay raise for reading this drivel. Wild Pod, and you, Louis, look over here a ways. Drawled Blinky. This dialogue is wretched. All right, I'm moving on. Drawled Blinky with long arm outstretched. See the red circle wall with the book shinin'. It's supposed to be shinin'. Down like a ribbon, lookin' to the south, warm in the winter, cool in the summer. Sure's I was born in the west, that's the homestead for me. This language has been this way through the entire book. You see how stupid that is to talk in such a manner. People do not talk this way. It is ridiculous. The wagons rode on behind wild horses that needed little driving, down the long, winding, open road across the valley, and so into the rich grass there no wheel track showed, on into the sage toward the lonely, beckoning walls. There, I have finished the book.
Thank you, Mr. Biff Van Huffle the Fourth. It is good that you are done with the book. We can all go home now after this excruciatingly long 16-hour session. Thank you, Mr. Biff Van Huffle the Fourth, for finishing a book with no end to your commentary on it.
My commentary was necessary. That language that I just read was all throughout this book. This attempt at Western drawl by a man who clearly does not know how people actually talk, because the dialogue was the most contrived, simplistic, Wallace, you know what this is? This book is pure You see the levels which I've dropped to use such bawdry language. I feel very bohemian now. You know, this book has made me feel bohemian. Do you know how bad that is? No, honestly, I don't. And I don't care. You know what? We're not going to use this cut. The heck with it. You're terrible, Mr. Bit Von Huffle. I'm not even going to use the fourth, because just forget that. You're terrible. You think I'm terrible. You think I'm the problem. You don't think it's this Mr. Gray who cannot write. Ugh. You know what? That's good. Don't use it. Don't. Just send me the copy at home, and I'm leaving now. Just burn it and send me the last one so I can burn it. I want to burn it very badly. You know what, Mr. Director? Go to hell. That's pretty simply the answer here. Go to hell. Yeah. I will not go to hell, Mr. Bit Von Huffle Fourth. You. Yeah, he left, didn't he? Oh. Well, in the recording, he's gone now. This might have been a bad day. We might be going broke on this one, folks. Sorry.
Is this trying to read the... You couldn't get a worse.
Oh, I'm
it's
ruined.
So shameful. It's so shameful. Run! Hey, where are you going? Don't worry, Wallace. You were never that great to begin with. No, not. Some guys just can't take a compliment when they really need one. What are you gonna do? Happy trails. Be careful what you agree to read, and watch out for those rough patches. Run! Run! Now I'm back!